But we're going to do something we've never done at TED before today, TEDxDetroit. We are going to do a hat trick. It's Hockey Town. So we have a great polymath, a multi-hyphenate like no other. His name's Quinton Robinson, and he's going to be in all 3 sets doing 3 different talents for your enjoyment. So I'm going to turn it back to the voice of God because it's always better when he says a name than I do. But Christopher, let's get ready with our hat trick.
Please welcome Quinton Robinson.
My name is Quinton Robinson. It is an extreme pleasure to be here. I am, well, as Charlie was kind enough to say, a performance artist. I perform in quite a few different disciplines, and this lovely thing next to me is actually a trash can. Well, most of you probably don't recognize it in its current state, but if you've ever been to a sporting arena or a large theater outside, you may have seen small blue or black barrels. They stand about this tall. They're 55-gallon oil drums. Those oil drums in America are traditionally used as trash cans. However, in Trinidad in the 1930s, a group of children were able to take those oil barrels that had been discarded all over their island and convert them into something beautiful. So, with your permission, I'd love to share a little bit of it with you.
Please welcome Poetry Slam champion, Quinton Robinson.
I appear when my peers peer into the mirror of an inkwell. I am the point of contact between fingertips and braille, so let's take a stroll down that rail on the road of a thought train, brain mode crossing, look out for the bars, they're featherweight. As the miles per verb rate gains momentum, Charlie sent him as the memory of unwritten poetry. Man, listen. This went from Dear John to I am legend, get lifted. Words were gifted from Mount Olympus. And I'm Pandora's prom date, being woven within Theseus's thesis. My notebook is my temple. Poetry is the high priestess, so it is time for praise and worship. I'm her wordsmith with verb to curbside service. Her kiss still makes me nervous. It's like something from a dream until I think to drink more of her ink. Its liquid courage seems to me. Her poetry has the potency of the coldest oceans and seas, as if she breathes. And muscles begin to seize and decay until she decrees that she sees today as the day to give life to carpe diem, literally seize the day. And before she gives birth to word like worlds, I appear. Just like when my peers peer down into the mirror of an inkwell. And out comes a single poem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Quinton Robinson. Again, it is a pleasure to be here. So, hi, Ted. When I say hi, Ted, you say hi, Q. Hi, Ted. Hi, Q. Thank you so much for this warm welcome. I am, again, a multidisciplinary performance artist. My primary art form happens to be spoken word, or some people will call it poetry. Poetry is the art of expression. Now, many art forms will claim to be the art of expression, but poetry is the one that actually comes from within. Whereas with paint and clay and all of these other art forms, we externalize the desires, the feelings, and the emotions that we carry. With poetry, we're actually forced to reach inside and pull out something that no one else is in possession of, our individual stories. And for that, I thank you for allowing me to share one of mine. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Please welcome Master Illusionist and International Magic Educator, Quinton Robinson.
How are you? My name is Quinton Robinson, and again, it is for the third time this afternoon a pleasure to join you here on this stage. Can you give yourselves a warm round of applause for being here? I must admit, Ian, if you're here and you can hear me, I love you, but you stole my talk. So, I have an idea. I want to tell you a little bit about the story that I was going to share with you. And we have a very, very special friend that will make it all make perfect sense. What I wanted to speak to you today was about choices and the choices that we make. Amongst other things, I am known as a fifth-dimensional time traveler. You're laughing, but I assure you, I am indeed a fifth-dimensional time traveler. We all currently exist in a 3D space. The world that we know is represented by length, width, and depth. Some of us understand the concept of the fourth dimension to be time or duration. What that means is there's a repeated series of 3D spaces that in sequence give us the illusion of the passage of time. In just a moment, I'm going to ask Mr. Charlie, our chief troublemaker, to join us on stage. Can we give him a round of applause? Charlie, could you verify for the audience that you have no idea what's happening right now? Perfect. We have a few people here who are very close by. Could you grab one of them who raised their hand because they would love to assist us, and they'll quickly come up on stage, please. Thank you. Give her a round of applause as she comes to the stage, everybody. Charlie.
We got Detroit royalty in the house.
You are going, yes, please join us.
Right up here in the center.
Charlie is going to be in charge of this. I told you I was a fifth dimensional time traveler. This is our time machine. Yes, I know it looks a little unorthodox, but budget cuts are a thing. So, I'm going to have you hold on to that. What is your name, miss?
B.
B, it's a pleasure. Okay, I'm going to have you make a choice. That choice is completely up to you. I don't want you to be influenced in any way. Actually, I'm going to ask you to join me on this side of the stage if you don't mind. Would you be so kind as to pop the locks and show everybody what's inside? You're going to make a choice.
Is it mine?
I wish it was. However, one finger, just like this. And, can you, please, inside is our time machine. Well, doesn't look much like a time machine. Could you, just grab by the handle. Just hold that for me. But this is what time travel looks like. We have a deck of cards. I'd like you to see that they are indeed in no particular order. I'll even turn to show it to the audience. one of these cards is going to become your selection. So you're going to hold out your finger straight to me, and you're just going to touch one. I'm not going to try to influence you. I'll even give you the chance to change your mind if you like. Yeah, whichever one you want. That one. Are you sure that's the one you want? Okay, let go. Hold on, because I got to show it to the audience. Okay, so the card that you chose is the 2 of clubs. What I want you to do is take this magic wand, because I'm a poet, it looks a little bit like a Sharpie marker. And I'm going to have you just sign it right there. Yep, just right there in the blank spot. Perfect. I'm not sure if all of you can see this, but she signed a B and a B on the 2 of clubs. You have our time machine? Would you mind closing it up for me? Yep, that's perfect. Are you guys ready? I'm going to demonstrate time travel for just a moment. To do that, I need a receipt, proof of concept, if you will. Can you hold that out just in front of you? Perfect. And show everybody there is indeed this little corner missing. On the count of 3, I'm going to ask everyone to snap their fingers, and we're going to go back in time just a few moments. Are you ready? Yes. You don't sound ready. Are you ready? Yes. You don't believe in time travel. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And the corner of that playing card will indeed completely vanish. Nobody's impressed. Okay, I have to prove it though, right? Yeah. That indeed, that I knew that this moment would take place. Could you take a few steps forward for me? And I'll have you hold that just like that. My sleeves have been at my elbows for the duration. Would you agree? You know, this is really hard because to time travel, I have to take all of you back with me. Would you spin around for me, just as you are? Right there. Perfect. I don't want to touch it, because if I touch it, it seems like I did something sneaky or there was something mischievous happening. Would you be so kind as to, actually, no, just drop it. Just drop it. Yep, yep. Have you looked inside the time machine? Nobody? There is a section that was highlighted, I told you, budget cuts, with very cheap tape. Would you be so kind, that centerpiece of tape there, to just peel it back slowly, right from the side? Underneath, there is a small piece of a playing card. Now that doesn't really mean much. I'll take the briefcase, because I don't want to touch that.
Machine. Come on, respect it.
Would you peel that off of there? Would the 2 of you join forces for me? And for the first time in TEDx history, could you verify that that isn't, hold it up for them to see, that that is indeed the missing corner of her playing card? Back to the very moment when the time machine was opened, those are for you. Thank you so very much. Enjoy your evening, everyone. Thank you, Charlie.
The hat trick is complete. Well done, Quinton.
Thank you.